see on screen, like where it says access and resources? Can you see, Colette?
The what?
Can you see my screen where it
Oh,
says?
yes, I can.
Okay, that's all I needed so I can get
Okay.
started. Okay, I'll go ahead on mute. I thought I saw, I heard it. All right, so today we are explaining a little bit about how you can access your resources with Central Carolina Community College. And there's several resources that some students, some of them are never aware of. I tried to gather all the resources that you all have access to as students. We're just gonna run over what we'll be tapping into. One, libraries. Most people know that the library is a resource they can use. Local community resources. A lot of times you can also tap into the local community resources. If we don't have any other resources that you can tap into or access, then we oftentimes try to connect you with somebody local. It could be, I know we deal with students that are in different counties, Chatham, Moore, Harnett, even Wake, sometimes even further. And the local community resources will be the resources in your county. We have student centers. One of the main student centers is in Hockaday, right next to the trio as headquarters. We'll be also talking about the Academic Assistance Center, the campus cafes, Career Center, the Education Navigators, the SAP program, following the report at CCCC, Student Accessibility Services, and how to connect on campus. All right, what resources have you already used and what was your experience? Ms. Linda, would you like to share? Have you used any resources as far as CC? No, ma'am, not really. Okay. What about you, Daniel? Have you used any resources as far as at CC?
The one with the checking essays. What I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, that's the writing center. That's one of the
Yeah,
ones.
the writing center.
Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, so we are going to move forward. One of the community resources that I found just doing some research was benefits.org. And I'm gonna play a little video if it will allow me to, probably won't allow me to play it. Not let me play it. Let me, if I can get it. I'll just tell you a little bit about benefits.gov. So this is based on the area that you are in as well. If you go to benefits.gov, it's a path to so many benefits that are catered to you in your situation. If you're a veteran, or if you have veteran benefits, or if you, let's just even say that you get financial aid here already. These are extra benefits that your community provide for you as a student, you as a adult learner. There's just a plethora. You fill out a form, probably take you about 15-20 minutes. After you fill out the form, the benefits for the community resources, they will start compiling a list. Just, it's catered to you and you only, your age, your situation, your household, your area that you're in, what grants are available, what support systems are available. So that's a great resource. And this workshop will also be accessible afterwards. So if you forget anything that I said while we're in the workshop, you can always go back to it. We're gonna start by the library. We're just gonna quickly run over most of you, I think both of you have been to the library to access their resources. So you all know that the access to the internet is free, printing services is free. Some people don't know that. Of course, they have the book catalog and they have quiet places to study. You can, reserve a study room if you just want a place on campus where you can go and study, you have a test that day. You can contact the library and you can actually, one of the study rooms, you can reserve that. The Academic Assistance Center, have both of you been there? Yeah.
I think I went there and talked to someone, but I haven't actually been in there to do anything.
Okay, all right, so this is where they have the peer tutors that are located there. And you would set up an appointment with the coordinator of the Academic Assistance Center. They will put you on the calendar and you and your tutor will meet. Most of the time you will meet in an individual room together. So it's kind of like, it's a one-on-one tutoring session. So, there's not a lot of interruptions, so they try to get you in a room where it's you and your tutor and they can, pretty much explain things without you worrying about, anybody in earshot. So you can do online or in person, it's just totally up to your situation. And of course, as a student at CCCC, tutoring is free, all tutoring services are free. You can talk to an assistant about the virtual study room. You can share the link with other classmates that you're in class with, or maybe one or two of you are both having the same issue and y'all can share a tutor together. Then you can do a group session. That's also an option. All right, we're gonna move along. Upswing, a lot of students don't tap into Upswing a lot of times because they're confused by it. And so they just never use that resource because they get confused by it. Well, you get 24/7 access to tutoring, for any of your curriculum that you have. You just put the curriculum in that you have. The system will search a tutor that's available at that time with you. Most of the tutors that you get, they can help you in a plethora of different areas. You might get a tutor that maybe specializes in math, but they might have had an English grade of an A, and so they can still cover that curriculum with you. And then you just have to voice your express what it is that you want from that tutor on Upswing. You just have to be very specific with them if you use Upswing. Because it is a group of community tutors where, they're not familiar with the specific class that you have, but they are familiar with the curriculum content, if that makes any sense. All right, we're gonna move on. The STEM lab is located in the Academic Assistance Center as well. There they have tutors that specialize in subjects like, anatomy and physiology lab. You can talk to them about your class materials. They can also help you step by step with your assignments and so much more. You can connect with them both online and in person. So if you have chemistry or biology or any of those, or microbiology or any of those subjects that sometimes can be a challenge, I advise you to reach out to the STEM lab. You can do an online session or a physical session. You can't get any better than that. If you need the assistance, reach out. It's free, and all you have to do is reach out and make an appointment. The Writing and Reading Center, I believe Daniel had said that he used them. I would always suggest if you have an English class or a writing class, any kind of class where you have to do any writing like essay or summaries, I would suggest you use the Writing and Reading Center as it's like a pre-grade. So if you send it through the Writing and Reading Center and they look through it and edit it, they don't grade it, but they will tell you what's wrong and what you need to do to update your paper. So once you do that, then you can turn it in to your instructor. And it's like you've already had a second set of eyes on it. And so that's another way of you improving your grade without even making too much effort. Because a second person has actually looked at your paper, they're pretty much, that's specifically what they do. Most of their time in the Academic Assistance Center is they are a writing coach, and so they know exactly what to look for when they look at your paper. That's what they do. So I would suggest if you have writing or any kind of reading class, utilize that center, even if it's just like a pre-check, before you turn in your assignment. You can agree with them if you like. You don't have to take any of their edits or any of their suggestions, but I would suggest, that you do, because it's just like a pre-check, to make sure that you have dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. All right, so the student center, so far, we pretty much have the student center that is, housed at Hockaday here on Lee Main campus. They have, the one in Chatham is in the main building. As soon as you walk in, if you keep straight, you'll run right into the student center there. The one on Harnett is located in the Etheridge building. As soon as you walk in the Etheridge building, it's on the right. And of course, Hockaday is right behind Bell and the library, smack dab in the middle. The student center is going to be the third opening, doors, double doors that you'll see. Campus cafes, every campus does have a cafe. So I would suggest that if you ever decide to eat on campus, you go, and if you have a Facebook page, then you can go and follow their page. Some of their announcements will run on their page. So if they're not gonna be open and then you decide you wanna eat there, you'll know ahead of time. So I would check back with their page and maybe put a notification on there. You can also just, email Chef Mentor and get the schedule from her to check out what the menus are, the hours are. The hours do vary. I know this semester here at Lee, it's Tuesday and Wednesday, most of the time from 11:30 to 1. All right, hunger-free zones and the Ruby McSwain Cougar Market. So you will see these yellow signs with the Charlie the Cougar on them all over campus. The yellow signs are pretty much signaling you where that what we have going on, that this is a hunger-free zone. It will also direct you to the Cougar Market. If you're ever in doubt, you don't know where it is, you can always go to the business office and they'll direct you to it. And pretty much anybody on campus can direct you where the hunger-free zones are and where the Cougar Market is. You have access to all three of them. If you live closer to the one that is in Chatham, even though you take classes here, you're welcome to go to the Cougar Market there. The Chatham and the Harnett Cougar Market are smaller than the one here on Lee Main campus. They're pretty much like a closet, and here at Lee Main campus is more like a room. So be aware of that. The stuff that you see that we may have here at Lee Main campus is not accessible on the other campuses. It's just more minimal. They don't have, it's a smaller campus. So the resources there are a little bit more limited. So if you are taking classes at Chatham, or if you're taking classes at Harnett, then you're more than welcome to access any of the other two. All right, so the Career Center is also a place that a lot of students do not know about. You have free access to a person that can take a look at your resume. They can assist you with, if you're applying for a certain job and you want to bring your resume in, Felicia Gilmore is the contact person. She is the coordinator, the career coordinator here on Lee Main campus, as well as the other two campuses. There's only one of her, but I can guarantee you, she will work with you in any kind of way that you want, as far as resumes. You see a job posting, you want to match it, you want to do a mock interview with her. She will be more than happy to assist you with that. Also, when you graduate, you can still access this resource even when you leave and you graduate and you're no longer a student here. You can still access that as an alumni. You can always come back and get help as far as with your resume, to update your resume, cover letter, any of those resources that are in the Career Center. Even though you graduated, you're an alumni, and you're welcome to bring, and you also welcome to bring any of your family members to the Career Center as well. So that is a resource that a lot of people don't tap into. They forget sometimes when you leave the school, you can also reach back, get help with your resume for a certain job, because now resumes, job listings, they go through a resume AI. And so that AI sometimes will not even allow that resume to get to a physical person. So if you work with somebody that knows what the AI is looking for, then a lot of times you'll better your chances at landing the job. So it's always good to have somebody in your corner when you're looking for a job. And that's what all the students are here for anyway, is, you know, to end up with a job, get a better job, or either get a promotion on their job. Here is just the listing of several of the education navigators. The ones at the bottom, April, Ms. Rains, Mr. Cheek, and Ms. Petty, they are all located between Harnett and Chatham. Ms. Rains is the only one in Harnett, and Mr. Cheek and Ms. Petty are the ones that are at Chatham. The rest of them that you see, Ms. Wells, she's part-time and virtual, but the rest of them you will see around campus, and they are categorized specifically according to what your major is. And now we have, I know you've all probably heard about the communities that we have. We have communities where you will have like a team of people that from different departments that are all on your team, you know, to guarantee your success. The student assistant program, this is, it offers free confidential short-term mental health counseling to all CCC students and family members. It is short-term, but sometimes you just need that extra assistance when you're dealing with frustration, anxiety, conflict, grief, loss, stress. You might have some financial or legal issues, alcohol or drug abuse, school-related issues. It doesn't matter. This service is a resource that is available to you, and it is confidential. One of the most important features of the student assistant program. No one will know that you have used this resource unless you let them know that you use this resource. So this is a resource that is available to you. You can go to the CCCC page, tap in student assistant program in the search bar, and you'll get the information that you need to tap into that. All right, moving along, filing a report. You can go to CCCC Cares. This is if you're concerned about somebody or you see something that's not okay, and something that doesn't seem right, you can report the situation and let CCCC know. Reports can be 100% anonymous, so nobody will know that you made a report. It could be one of your classmates that is having an issue and you feel like it's not safe. It's okay for you to report it. Sometimes I think it makes us feel a whole lot better if we see something and we say something, then we see something and we not say something. It could be a matter of life and death sometimes, not to scare you, but it definitely can be a matter of life and death in some situations. Student accessibility services. This service is specifically to support those that need academic accommodations. Some people need test accommodations, like they need extended time, distraction-reduced environment, alternative testing formats, adapt classrooms. If you're using a wheelchair, crutches, or have mobility needs, this right here is a service that offers all of those accommodations. They provide assistive technology such as read aloud, text enlarger if you're having trouble with your eyesight and you can't see the board, or dictation software. We also provide aids such as sign language interpreters or books in alternative format. But you do have to connect with the Office of Student Accessibility Services to receive these academic accommodations. They cannot just give them to a student just because they're asked individually. You have to go through the process, And, you know, you have to file and become a student of the Student Accessibility Services. So connect on campus. So if you're looking to expand your network, look no further. We offer tons of clubs, organizations, Cougar Vets, Gaming Club, Phi Beta Lambda, Skills USA. Talk with me or anybody in Trio SSS, all about the clubs that are going on campus. We also have the Brothers of Excellence mentoring program. It's designed to encourage, support, and strengthen minoritized male students here at CCCC. The program offers a great opportunity for students to connect with peers and mentors. Mentors will walk alongside you, get to know you, and provide support as you navigate your college experience. Ask your academic coach for more information. And so these are just some helpful links. This workshop will be accessible afterwards, whether it'll be a recording, we'll see, because I'm still navigating through the technical part of the new format that we use to record our workshops. So I have a question for Daniel, Ricky, and Linda. Let's say that Dr. Chapman came to you and offered you an unlimited budget to create an additional resource for students. What would you create? What do you want to see added to this list? And Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, if you had that option, as far as you had an unlimited budget to add an additional resource that is not included in what we talked about today, what would it be? And I'll go back up and go ahead. Need a minute, Ricky, Linda?
I have something I think might, depending on, student, I think, more time with the, career center and, what is,
Academic assistance?
yeah, because sometimes, students,
They have limited time.
what it is, sometimes students, fall into an issue where they don't have anything in the house
Mm-hmm,
and they end up staying at school.
okay,
But school only open so certain hours and everything. And depending on if there are events open or events happening, they may still extend the hours. But, I'm not sure, is it a plausible idea? Because you can't be open 24/7.
right.
But I think maybe just an extra hour or two to help those people that don't have internet in their house, it would be something that would be, that would be a assistance to them.
Okay, I like that idea. Dan, you got anything yet?
Maybe like a student counseling, like to do with like almost like therapy, like about mental health.
Absolutely. We had several students that asked about it. They were like, where is your counselors located on campus? And I have to continue to remind them because we get so conditioned and used to it from elementary, from kindergarten all the way up to when we become seniors, there are counselors available. And even on universities, they have counselors available. Community colleges, I think that they should push towards that, and we hear y'all. I'm definitely gonna make sure that, you know, any of the suggestions that you suggest, that somebody hears that this is a need, this is what students are saying that they need. And I love it. Those are two things that I think that are definitely valid. More time, and we need some counseling on campus. I understand they have contracted for SAP, Student Assistant Program, and it is temporary. Some students need more than that temporary help. So I definitely understand that. All right, well, we are at the end of our workshop. Daniel, I really appreciate you for coming on, and I'll make sure I put your name. Make sure you drop